As an Iranian immigrant, foods, tastes, and smells have been a safe and warm place for me to escape to. The tastes that helped me heal the wound of distance and connected me to my loved ones back home. Now, I invite you to visit my childhood world. Sit cross-legged so we can see the pomegranate and sing. The Seed of Paradise. Episode 2. Shami Kabab. Traditional Persian weddings are a beautifully layered experience, like a glimpse of a Persian fairy tale with songs, tastes, and puffy ball gowns. For each wedding, thousands of guests from close to distant family members and relatives travel long distances to see the marriage ceremonies of their loved ones. When I was 16, one warm August night, my father got a phone call inviting us to a wedding ceremony. And it meant that we should start planning, packing, and starting our 700-mile journey from Tehran to where the wedding was taking place, Shiraz. Road trips were always so special for me. In the tiny space of our two-door white Nissan Patrol, we could no longer be far from each other, at least physically. Mom and Dad were on the front seats. We moved, sang, laughed, and sometimes argued together. We peeled some tangerines and waved our hands outside the car's side window. I danced my fingers among the rushing wind. Then I opened my eyes. I had fallen asleep, and now we were much closer to Shiraz. I woke up and tried to stretch in the car. My father asked, "You always sleep so fast in the car. Can you recognize where we are now?" I said, "No, but can I have some bread and cheese?" Mom laughed and put some cheese on bread for me. I'm still a bit sleepy. I enjoyed the sandwich. My hands were dry, so I applied some moisturizing cream on them. My younger brother was still talking with my dad about the roads. He wanted to be a driver like my dad. He wanted to enjoy his life and have fun. I pray he is always smiling and healthy. Dad was tired. He put some music on as we saw the mountains passing by the window. Auntie Kulsum's rustic house was in Marv Dasht, a city near Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, and about 50 minutes from Shiraz. When we got there, she and her husband, Amu Bayat, were waiting for us by their garden gate, an old Persian house with a beautiful front yard, 2 floors, and a big living room and kitchen. Our room was upstairs. When we entered the house, I could smell something tender. It was so fresh and vibrant that it made me feel so ready to eat. There was a long floor dining mat on the floor. In Persian culture and in more traditional houses, it is common to eat on the ground, cross-legged, and put all the food on a clean and Persian-designed mat. And under that, there was a cloth rug cover to protect the expensive Persian rug under it from the food spilling. She was washing some veggies. I went into the kitchen to help her. She was making Shami Kabab, a Persian comfort food in Iranian homes, a medium-sized oval-shaped kebab made in a frying pan. I told her how much I loved Shami Kabab, and she said, "Oh, This one is different. I add cumin and corn flour to this. That's it. Cumin was the irresistible scent in the house. She first grated 3 medium-sized potatoes and removed their extra water by pressing them in a sieve. Then she grated a large onion and did the same for it. After that, she added about 300 grams of minced lamb meat to a bowl, added 1 egg and corn flour, and mixed it with salt, pepper, turmeric, and lots of cumin. She mashed them together for 5 minutes with her hands and put it in the fridge for 30 minutes. Then she brought the bowl out and made some oval-shaped kebabs by hand and gently put them in the frying pan. She waited for them to turn dark brown on each side. Now it was time to fry the tomatoes. She sliced them into circle shapes and fried them until they were a bit burnt on the outside. Then she washed some sabzi khordan, or fresh ready-to-eat greens, which are basil, parsley, mint, leeks, watercress, radishes, chives, and sometimes dill and tarragon. They add an amazing veggie crunch to the Shami Kabab wrap. Now it was time to serve dinner. In Persian culture and in traditional families, we still serve the food on the ground, and we follow some intuitive and interesting rules for setting up the mat in our family. We first observe which side the elderly are sitting on, and we put the dish with more kebabs there. Then we put other dishes of kebab in a way that everyone from any side can access them without bending over too much. After that, we put the veggies next to the kebabs to remind them to have veggies in the wrap. And for the next step, we put the pickles in the 4 corners of the mat. And finally, we put drinks in the middle, far from everyone, hard to access, to encourage them not to have any drink while eating, as in Persian cuisine, it is considered not very good for the digestive system. Then the doorbell rings, and Javad comes inside with some fresh taftoon Persian bread, round-shaped, tender white bread. Bah. To make the wrap, we cut one bread in half, then we put a shami on the bread and squish it a bit so it spreads on the bread. We put some pickles on it, some strings of onion, and finally some tomatoes and veggies. A warm, tender, crunchy kebab, a comfort food filling enough for a night gathering in Shiraz. For the wedding ceremonies, they first have a ceremony called a yes party or ba'le burun, where they celebrate the girls saying yes to getting married. Then we have Hana Bandan, which is a ritual to emotionally detach the boy and the girl from their home and family. Then the main wedding, and then the Patakhti, which is people celebrating the new mutual life in the house of the bride and groom, and bringing presents for them. I think the most beautiful part of all of these is that we dance with traditional instruments called saz va dohol. We hold hands and make a big circle in the garden and wave our connected hands gently in the air. We see our loved ones smiling, moving in a circle. Grandma is waving a shiny Persian dance cloth. Mom is wearing her blue, shiny, puffy gown, a blue dress with a soft, shiny layer, white corners with Persian elements sewn into them, a transparent blue hairband, and blue earrings. They are smiling. Everything is okay, and we are safe at home.